Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is why I'm watching The Hunting Wives, Season 1, Episode 2.
Knockin' boots.
This show is crazy.
I like it.
It's not really like a plotty show. It's more like, so we can, it's the kind of thing that I think we can easily go by character. Graham sucks.
Graham does suck.
What is happening? Like,
I don't know. He just sort of, he's like not in on the joke is the thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
But he also, like, he was behaving weird. I mean,
he was drunk.
Well, for the dinner.
Yeah.
But even that scene in the bathroom, he was.
Yeah.
I have a theory that everybody's gay.
Everybody's gay.
Except
for Brad.
Well, sure. I don't know. Let's wait till him and Jamie are in a room together alone.
That's true.
Jamie seems like he might carry a torch.
Yeah.
Brad sucks too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not about it.
We got church. It was very triggering for both of us in different ways.
Felt like I was right back in South Carolina.
They did that thing that they love to do where they single out the new people and peer pressure them into joining the cult.
Well, they weren't going to, except for their son ran up there.
That's how they get you.
Also, the youth pastor's got donuts.
And he's got a thing maybe with Abby, or Abby's got a thing maybe with him.
Pastor Pete.
That was like something was happening there.
Yeah.
And also I always get confused with the term pastor.
Yeah.
But the proper pastor.
Yeah, pastor.
Who was the youth pastor then?
Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who was the proper pastor? Jill's husband.
Reverend.
Clint. There you go.
Clint. Yeah.
I know, because it's like in Catholic, it's father, and then like it's different depending on the denomination. I don't remember they stamped it with one.
But Reverend Clint. No, it's got to be either Baptist or just like Christian.
Evangelical.
Yeah.
Reverend sucks too. He was reading Psalms about David feeling guilty about that guy he killed, and
Goliath.
kind of a David special, if we're being honest. Well, he was a bit more of a lover. He was capable of both. But Sophie cried, and Graham put her on the spot about that in the car.
Why'd you cry?
He sucked this whole episode. It was like he was just meeting her.
And she also was like, well, the anniversary is coming back up, and we are like...
They haven't said the words.
Very clearly, she killed somebody with her. It was like, had to be a vehicular manslaughter.
Because they even invoked Laura Bush, so it has to be.
It has to be. And he was like, oh yeah, that. Do you not think maybe your wife has some ongoing trauma from the person she killed when she was in a drunken stupor?
But no, so she was crying, and they put her on like the Jumbotron in the mega church, and everybody singled her out about how moved she was. And Star did try to befriend her, and she seemed receptive to it, but they mean girls real hard in a way that Sophie didn't clock, which I think was... I would like to believe that Sophie is a good person and would do the right thing, but she's succumbing to the seduction.
Well, she's so enamored of Margo that she, like... I think she would be friends with her, too, with Star as well, but it's like she's very, like, but that one's over there, so... Yeah.
I like Star.
Yeah.
I want her to do something. I mean, I understand that her place on the show, but it's like she's not there on accident. Like I want that to come, something to come of that. Margo has a good for nothing brother with like weird chemistry. It like wasn't super, like she wasn't reciprocating it, but he was being weird where he was like, come sit down. It was.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're twins.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, they had.
He still has their, like, childhood beds. And...
Her name is Mandy, I guess. And they had him and hers, like, beds in the trailer. She went and paid him $20,000 to disappear, and he thinks because it's an election year, she ought to pay more.
Yeah.
Jed is, like, all for it. He's all about this governor thing. Yeah. You're right, because she keeps being like... It's not going to be, like, we're going to have to change our ways. Like, we have sordid pasts and stuff. And you're right, where it's like, no, that's cute that you think that would matter iota.
I think they should do a press release where they just list all the names of the women they've both slept with.
As long as it's women, yeah.
And it would just straight to the top of the polls.
That's a virtue these days.
Like, what?
We did meet Jed's first wife, or former wife.
Sienna.
It's Lauren Bowles, who season 4 of True Blood coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon from us. We have already recorded that. But she let it slip to Abby, who works at Whataburger. I
love it.
miss Whataburger so much.
Maybe the first
OG,
Whataburger?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But she let slip that the boys have never touched a basketball in their lives.
Which is interesting because Brad keeps using the excuse of teaching the twins how to play basketball in order to talk to Margo.
Mm-hmm.
So now Abby knows that something's up. She should already know that something's up because her boyfriend doesn't want to have sex with her nice. He just wants to fuck her on the top floor of a boat where anyone with eyeballs could see, no matter if it's night or not. And she's like, I want to put up fairy lights in the downstairs of the boat.
To make it like prom again.
Oh, God.
She's going to be chasing that
for
the rest of her life. She's gonna.
Abby was set up for failure. She didn't have a shot.
No. I'm a little afraid she's the one who's dead.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. We'll have to see where this goes. Although you did notice that Margo was wearing the boots that...
Yeah, but I think Callie is the one that's going to do the shooting.
Well, now I'm not so sure because it's really heavy-handed. We're 2 episodes in, and we saw her at target practice and like all that. Callie and Margo are like having like a full-blown affair.
They are seeming... Well, okay, Callie is in love with Margo, and Margo has supposedly been looking for a way to end it for months.
And Jed knows.
According to Jed.
He's he's like, you've been looking for a reason to end this because she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
She kind of, I mean, it feels reductive to call her crazy in this scenario, but it was melodramatic.
Yeah, well,
in like the best ways.
So Margo was posting a bunch of pictures on Instagram and like tagging Sophie and like just like besties, and Sophie was masturbating
flicking the bean.
to it, and Callie was like rage crying, looking at the pictures in her bedroom. So yeah,
and so then she went and shot a gun a bunch of times, and also I think we mentioned, but her husband's the sheriff, and he's also gay. Maybe.
He's certainly probably putting it to his deputy.
Yeah. Well, the deputy was really panicky. He was just sort of like leaned over, like he was like showing him something. But when she walked in, he was like, oh, oh. But no, there was a couple of limp wrists in this episode.
You're not wrong. There was also a car wash where Jamie was like making direct eye contact with Sophie while making
a damn full cucking Graham in front of his whole family. I kind of like Jamie.
Yeah. Well, he was like talking to the boy. He was like, "How you doing back there?" And then he was like, "Don't worry, I'll take excellent care of her." And then Graham was like, "He gendered the car." And I was like, first of all, cars are girls. We've established this. Second of all, he was talking about your wife. He's gonna fuck your wife.
So the one-eyed guy is still, well, he's breaking into Margot's lake house and molesting everything in the house.
He's eating an apple, stealing their fruit, and then
playing with her vibrator.
And then touching her vibrator, taking his pants
he goes to
the ankles.
To the knees. The ankles would almost be better.
Like a fourth grader. Like, what are we doing here?
Enough is what we're doing the most. It's so amazing.
So he pees and then he doesn't flush because when Margo gets there later, she notices that the toilet is full of pee.
Full of man pee.
And he needs some water. I feel like all he's doing is like eating that apple and then dip.
And then and so then she calls Brad because he's gonna do something about it.
She calls the housekeeper at her big house first, and she's like, "Hey, were there workmen here this weekend? I can't remember." And then she calls Brad because she's like, "Would you ever come here without me?" Once he gets there, and he's like, "No, that'd be weird." And I'm like, "You don't think it's weird that you're fucking this adult woman instead? You think it's weird that you'd come to the lake house without her?"
And she tries to break it off with him, and then he, like, hard threatens her.
Yeah, it was very blackmail-y, so she gave him a blowjob.
Amongst other things.
And then he was going down on her as well.
But so anyways, the one-eyed guy is, like, stalking Sophie, who's also now driving and going to farmers markets by herself.
I think she should.
as is her.
Well, Graham,
her prerogative.
Graham left her a dick Post-it note that was like, "Why don't you think about unpacking and maybe getting some groceries today?"
I left your CPS papers on the counter.
Yeah,
Why don't you put them somewhere?
You remember when our son almost got taken away because you were an alcoholic drunk driver?
And so the one-eyed guy is like following her, and she gets away from him, and then he accosts her in the car, and he's a Democrat?
No, I think
I think he's lying about that.
I think he's lying, but she just assumed. She was like, I thought the Democrats would have a less suspicious oppo person. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what if I bought you a coffee?
But he was like a completely different character in that scene than he was like, the first scene.
Okay, great, one coffee. And he steps away from the car and she fucking floors it out of there.
So. And goes to the lake house where she finds Brad going down on Margo. And then she like... pressed her bare breast against the glass for the sexual thrill of it. It is insane. It's like a fever dream.
Again, though, it was also just like Margo was making direct eye contact with her and like flicking her own nipple, and I like. While a teenage boy was going down on her, like, I can't handle it.
It has to be going at it like bubble gum. Like,
then she's faking.
Yeah. And so Sophie's like,
but she's kind of into it.
Sure. Yeah. We did in between there. This isn't so much a recap as it is sort of us just talking about the crazy shit that just happened. I can't
keep it all.
But they went to dinner at the Banks house. And Graham got hammered. And made a fool of himself. But it was like an audition for Sophie, maybe?
Yeah, because, I mean, Margot's already sold. And so then Jed is like into her. And he gives her this $25,000 whiskey. And
whiskey's so good that if they'd given it to the Taliban would have just handed over Osama bin Laden.
Yikers.
That was the sentence.
And so then he's got his hand like up on her knee and her leg, and she freaks out when Graham and Margo come back in and drops the whiskey.
Well, she like chucks it. She's like, ah!
Yeah. And then Margo like helps her clean it up in the bathroom, and Graham has not a clue what's going on. Not even 1 ounce of a clue. And so Margo was like, I thought you told me that we had to, like, put all of this to bed. Like, what? And now you're chasing after a new one? Like, what's going on? And he was like, we just have to be discreet. And I was like, I don't
even know the meaning of the word.
I don't think there's one single solitary brain cell of discretion between the 8 characters on this show.
There was a truly miserable scene at it's Jill and the Reverend
Clint.
And Clint. Jill and Clint and Brad, where she was like mainlining him chicken legs.
She is such a boy mom. It's gross.
And Clint in so many words was like, why don't you take it down a notch, Jill? Also the chicken's dry. Make it again.
Oh, God.
It was insane.
Also, like, basketball is not the type of sport that you need to be, like, huge and buff for. So I'm kind of like, why does he need to be eating 180 grams of protein? That's so much protein for, like,
It's like all the rage right now.
No, I know, but it's like he doesn't need to be, like, bulking for basketball. If he was playing football.
Cut. Strange to plow.
Well, that's true.
He's like up to here in it. Like
it's okay. He can go again. Also, Abby in the afterglow was like, maybe I'll come with you to Waco next year. I assume that's where Baylor is. And he was like, I'm gonna be real busy with basketball though. And I was like, he's gonna be busy having sex with every single girl that goes to Baylor. He is not into being like, and also he's not going on the church mission because basketball camp or Baylor basketball camp is like right after, and his mom doesn't want him to. She just doesn't want him to go because he's gonna go with Abby. Uh-huh. And Abby's like, yeah, I'll bet that's why. So she knows the score with Jill, which is at least something. But I don't know. I would rather have Abby as my kid who's working at a job and seems to actually care about other people than Brad the asshole who's having sex with my married friend. Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else. Monet was going to buy the boat that they were sleeping in. It's presumably...
I think it's Jill's boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was just like, this is the boat we have. You should convince him to get a boat like this.
Okay.
Instead of the one he wants.
And she found the fairy lights and immediately knew
and that the must bed.
What?
Must.
What is that?
M-U-S-S-E-D.
Oh,
like
no.
Messed up.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to...
That was largely it. I did want to say Jamie is played by Chosen Jacobs, who played Mike in the It movies.
Oh.
Yeah. I kept on being like, he's so familiar. And then I saw his name and I was like, that name is so familiar. And that's who he is.
So.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I am loving it.
Yeah, same.
So we're going to watch the third one.
Bye.
Apparently, Netflix is already trying to make season 2 happen.
Oh, sweet.
It can't be that expensive. Like,